Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Packers come away with a 7-point win. We had a big trade also of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
Over now to news of a trade that might have some ramifications. Greg Ellis leaves the Packers and is on his way to the Saints, so he should provide an immediate impact as an outside pass rusher. In exchange, they'll get someone to beef up their roster. Deuce McAllister is a guy that ought to be able to fit right in with his new club, and he should make his presence felt over time.
Dominic Davis had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Buccaneers pick up their first win of the year. Mark Brunell airmailed 350-plus yards and helped his Redskins beat the Giants. Down in the deep south of Atlanta, we had the Falcons come away with a 2-point nail-biting win. Down in New Orleans, we had the Saints get sent away with a 7-point loss. Eagles, Raiders. Donovan McNabb is eyeing the end zone from the 11-yard line. And now Stutter steps, goes across the middle. Beautiful pass, touchdown. The Eagles go on to win this by the final score of 42-14. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
Ramos will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. $1.2 million.
The Colts erupted for 400-plus offensive yards in their victory at the RCA Dome. The Jets won on the road and will now head home to meet the Packers. Deion Branch stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Terry Glenn pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Cowboys beat the Lions. Titans, Jaguars. Titans. Chris Brown set to receive the kick, and it's a good kick. Gets it at his own 8-yard line. Just wants some breathing room for the offense. Makes a move there. Oh, what a crack back block at the 40. What a move at the other 40. This is picture perfect. He could go all the way for a 92-yard score. The Titans go on to win this by the final score of 24-6. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chiefs pick up their 3rd win of the season. And last but not least, we had the Bills come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.